But put your questions in the comments right now. All right, so hold on a second. Hold on 1 second. About to go live on this YouTube and this Facebook. All right, so cool. All right, so let's go live here. All right, we good to go. All right, peace to the family. Y'all are tuned in to Mortgage Mondays, brought to you by the Power of Ownership Podcast. I got my guest host in the building, Chris Jones. Tell him, what's up, what's the deal? You know what I'm saying?
What's going on, good people?
Yeah, so if y'all
share some good knowledge to y'all this evening.
Right, so this is the show where we're gonna get granular and real specific about mortgages, the real estate, owning homes, so on and so forth. Let me go ahead and put my banners up on that YouTube. Join us on YouTube at Billionaire Loan Officer, on Facebook at Billionaire Loan Officer as well. So y'all can join us right now. Let's go ahead and do a little bit of promoting real quick, and then we're going to start the show real fast. Again, those that don't know, my name is Brandon B. Dixon. I'm a published author, serial entrepreneur, mortgage broker. My book is out right now. Sales the Nucleus of Any Profession, out right now on Amazon. Go ahead and cop that. We'll be coming to you. I've been in the mortgage business actually going on my 4th year right now. So I started right at Hurricane Harvey, so 2017. So 21 is going to be my 4th year, and I expect it to be my best year. I've helped over close to 200 families, 150 families right now own a home. So I want to double that. I want to double that this year. You know what I mean? So that's the goal. I'll let Chris introduce himself, and then we're going to get right to it.
Yeah, like you were saying, my name is Chris Jones. Everybody calls me CJ. I'm a full-time real estate agent here in Texas, Houston specifically. Been in the business going into my 5th year, and work very closely with B. We're going to get some deals done, helping a lot of families here, and especially first-time home buyers and veterans, people that really want to take advantage of these low interest rates right now. Really need to hop on as soon as you can, because they did break a low, so we don't know how long they'll last.
Right. So if y'all want to help, tell them where they can find. Tell them your actual website, and tell them where they can find and all that, phone number and all that stuff.
So I'm on all social media platforms at CJ Sales TX, like you see back here, if you can read backwards.
Right. I got it on the banner too. Yep.
Okay, cool. CJ Sales Texas on all platforms. Phone number 832-338-3182.
Gotcha. All right. So as for me, if you want to apply with me, go to www.applywithb.com, like BEE, like the bumblebee, like my middle name. Also, you could go to my website, www.billionaireloanofficer.com. You want to book me for sales consultations, so on and so forth. As far as sales training, mentorship, so on and so forth. Also, you can call me 24/7. I'm available, 832-775-8357. I'm available 24/7. And it's at Billionaire Loan Officer on all social media. Let's go ahead and get started. First, I want to go ahead and give props to this team, to this team right here for the great victory yesterday. And hopefully, like I said, it's going to be another great weekend coming up here. I want to talk a little bit today about the number one question. This right before we got on there, I had somebody was texting me about the same thing. So it's like the number one topic. So we had to make this one of the first shows. Down payment assistance or zero money down. Everybody have questions on how they can put no money down on the house. Come away with a signature. We're gonna answer all of that stuff and the procedures and all that stuff, and we'll go from there. So first thing first, let's start with this. If you're in the Texas area, if you're in Texas, there's Texas and Georgia as well. Let me go ahead and say Texas and Georgia. You can go to this website right here. It's called eHousingPlus.com. eHousingPlus.com. I will pin it, but I don't want you to lose that pin right there. So www.eHousingPlus.com. What that does is that tells you all of the programs that's available in your area, and it's listed by state. You see all the qualifications, you see all the rules, You see all the different programs, see which ones you qualify for. Georgia has doesn't have quite as many as Texas, but Georgia does have a few. Also, I want to go over, we have a couple of nationwide down payment assistance as well. So I'm going to go over all that here in a second. But most of them have the common thing. All of them are at least 620 mid-score to get in the ball game. If you don't have a 620, 620 mid-score, and it's a mortgage score.
Explain to them what the mid-score is.
So there's 3 credit bureaus: Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian. We pull all 3, and we don't go by the highest, we don't go by the lowest, we go by the one that's in the middle. So a lot of people think, oh, well, I just checked my score and it was 6 something over such and such. Well, that's only one score, number one. Then number 2, it might not be a mortgage score. So mortgage score is calculated different. We went over this last week. So it's different than the credit card score. So it's not the same as Credit Karma, different than the FICO score. It's different than the automobile score. All that's different. And then we go by the mid score. So it's scored a little bit tougher. You know, it takes into consideration a lot more different things than credit card scores. You know, so scored a little tougher, but they take lower credit scores. You know, down to 580. Some lenders take down to 500, so on and so forth. But mid score is what we're looking for. 620 just to get in the ball game. Some of them are 640. Some of them are 640 to get in the ball game. But 620, the one I like to go with a lot, especially here in Texas, is called TDHCA. TDHCA. That's the Texas Department of Housing and Community Affairs. Texas Department of Housing and Community Affairs. The reason why I like to go with them is because they don't require tax returns, and you don't have to be a first-time home buyer, and you don't usually have to have it's not outrageous rates. That's another thing. Let me clarify that. I'm gonna let you jump in there in a second. Most down payment. First of all, let's get this straight. Nothing is free. Nothing is absolutely free. What they do is, what most down payment assistance programs do, is that they get their money back off of a higher interest rates. That's just what it is. Down payment assistance are going to be higher interest rates than a person with an 800 credit score. It is what it is. But this money, it just depends on where you're at in life. You know, if you have mid scores, you have mid-range scores, you're in the 6s, but you don't have a lot of money to put down, I'll take this $8,000 now and pay a little bit higher interest rate. You know, it just makes sense. Or if I got just enough money to put my down payment in, I'll go ahead and take that down payment assistance, because don't forget, when you move in the house, you're going to need new towels, you're going to need new furniture, you're going to need new curtains, appliances. So you don't want to take your last to go ahead and move in the house. So this depends on where you're at in life, so that the little couple of $100, well, not even a couple of hundred, maybe $100 that you might be paying extra a month, that might be more feasible to you than taking that lump sum right up front. I'll let you go ahead and chime in on that, as far as just from the realtor perspective. What type of clients that you usually get in? When would you recommend down payment assistance?
So, and like you talked about, if you kind of tighter on cash on the back end, you need a little financial help to get those closing costs paid for, instead of training your savings and your reserve, you can use whatever these programs have and kind of keep some more money in your pocket. So a lot of my first-time home buyers typically try to go with the down payment assistance program, just so they can keep more liquid cash on hand for those things that they'll need to pay for once they move in.
Gotcha. I mean, so couple of stipulations as well, just for those they're for moderate to low income families. You can't make $1 million a year and take advantage of down payment assistance. Not gonna happen.
Right.
They're restricted by county. I'll give you an example here in Texas. It's about $87,000 for Harris County for a family of 3. And there's about one with a 109 for Brazoria. That's Pearland and all that. So you got to look at per county. So it's an income cap. So you can't be you can't be on the higher end of the income spectrum and take advantage of these down payment assistance programs. So it's for moderate to low income families. You know, so you can't be a business owner and making a whole bunch of money. And you know, now if you're a business owner and you file a lot of taxes, deductions, and you're in that mid range, that could count. But you know, it'd be a business. You know, they are capped. You can't be making seven figures and get down payment assistance. This is what it is.
Yeah, you can't make too much money.
Right. So that's number one. Number two is that a lot of people think that you have to be a government employee or a teacher or a nurse or you know a police officer in order to take advantage of this. That's false. I mean, that would be discrimination. So a lot of those programs market towards that audience. But if you read the fine print, it says it's for anybody that qualifies. So a lot of them market to veterans, a lot of them market to teachers. But if you read the fine print, I could use that for anybody that has a job for the 2 years. You know, so that's important as well. I forgot to mention that 2 years on the job as well. You know, so that's number one.
Do they have any gaps of employment in between that 2 years?
The gaps in employment, as long as it's not more than 3 months. You know, so if over 3 months, and you have it's a gray area with that. If it's over 3 months and you have an excuse like death in the family, out of the country, stuff like that, as long as you had prior to that gap a 2-year history before that, they can excuse that. But if all you have is that, you know, 21 months and you're missing that 3 and you just started working, you know, that's gonna be harder to actual get through the underwriter. Also, if you're in the military, that counts. If you were in school, that counts. So you don't necessarily have the work history, but if you were in, let's say you're in college getting your degree and you just started your job 6 months ago, I can use your time in school as your work history, as long as I can get your transcripts. You know, if that makes sense. So everything has, again, call me for the little granular stuff, 832-775-8357. I can walk you through it. But eHousingPlus.com as well. That'll go through all of that stuff as well. Let me walk you. Let's talk about what's the differences as far as closing costs and stuff like that when you get down payment assistance. So let's talk about that as well, because sometimes walk them through this right here. So people don't understand that down payment assistance is for your down payment. Depends on the house, you still might have to come up with closing costs.
Right.
So walk them through that, and I'll give them some on the bright side as well. So go ahead, walk them through that. You know, especially in this market in Houston.
Oh yeah. So for example, like you mentioned, down payment is just the percentage you pay off of the loan.
Right.
Closing costs are going to include things like the taxes, insurance,
Mhm.
their HOA fees. Those type of things are all added into closing costs. Like title fees, lender fees, all those things are associated with closing costs.
Right.
That is separate than down payment. So it's not just, all right, I'm paying 3.5% down and I don't have to worry about anything else.
Right.
That's just part of it.
Right. Also, but this is the bright side. This is what I wanted to get into as well before I get to this. Depends on what house that you're looking at. If you're looking at a hot house that just got on the market 2 days ago, and you go into the open house, there's 1 million people in the open house, and you're in a multi-offer situation, most of the time, how do those sellers feel about down payment assistance?
Oh yeah, in that kind of situation, is more frowned upon.
Right.
Sellers want somebody with a stronger file, with more cash on hand, that they know for sure that there won't be any delays with closing. It'll run a little smoother because you don't have another third party involved in the process.
Right. So just FYI, down payment assistance loan take about 5 to 10 days longer than regular loans. So I say about 26 days. 26 days on the narrow end, because there is a second lien on that particular house. So there's a lot more paperwork on my end, so to get approved. So it's just not between us and the lenders. Us the lender, you and another third party that's giving that grant. So there's another whole party involved. So it takes a little bit more time just for the correspondence back and forth. So this FYI. So, and when a seller's looking at that, most sellers want to close as quick as possible. And they have the stigma of down payment assistance. They typically not going to choose that particular one if there's a multi-offer situation. So I would look at resale, and something that's been on the market for a little while. That offer is the first offer that they had in a while, and then that way you could get something, in and out quick. This FYI. But this is the bright side as far as seller concessions. If you go on an FHA loan, you could get up to 6% in seller concessions, which means the seller could contribute up to 6% towards your closing costs or the sales price. So if you got a $200,000 house, that's $12,000 that they could give, up to $12,000 that they could give towards your closing costs. Now, does that happen too much in this market? I've had a couple late last year, that gave max concessions. They're gonna wonder why, like, damn, why you want this much money? But if you get the right house, that you got a motivated seller, it can happen. I've seen it happen before. So with that situation, usually you get the down payment assistance and you get max concessions where it covers all your closing costs. That's when you have the capability of coming away with the check. And what that means is that if you have a surplus of money at the closing, that means that your down payment is paid for and the seller paid all of your closing costs, and you have money left over, you could get back your earnest money at closing. But that's the max that you could get back. You can't get back more than what you put in. So you can't get paid to buy a house, but you can get back all of your earnest money and your option money. So with that being said, a lot of people come back with checks, at the closing table. If you get that coupled, if you get a strong negotiating realtor and you get the down payment assistance, we do it a lot. We do it all the time when people come back with a check. And that pretty much takes care of your first month, and you're always going to skip a month. Like, say if you close today, your first payment ain't going to be until March. You come back with a check that already paid your first payment, so you're not paying anything till April. So you got a chance to get in the house, get your furniture, get your towels, get your new dishes, get settled before your first payment hit. And then mostly only experienced teams know how to do this. I'm probably giving too much. Probably loan officers listening, oh, that's how you do it. They probably didn't even know. So, but that's the way you get the check at the back end. But you got to have. It's easier said than done.
Right. You definitely want to have somebody to work with, like a realtor and a loan officer that has experience.
Right.
That knows how to negotiate these type of things and know the differences between the type of program.
Right.
Because you want to set yourself up for success.
Right. One other myth that I want to go over, I think I briefly touched it, but I want to emphasize it. You don't have to be a first-time home buyer to get down payment assistance. But you can't have another house. You can't have interest in any other house for the last 3 years. So if you got divorced back in 2015 and your husband or wife, took the house, you can still get down payment assistance. But it has to be a 3-year time since you had any vested interest in the house. They will do a check. So, you can't say if it's been 17 or if it's been 18, you can't say it's been 3 years. They will do a title check. So, 3-year lapse, you can get into a house, with down payment assistance. This FYI, a lot of people don't know that as well. So I'm giving away a lot of secrets. I tell you, I'll be dropping some nuggets here, on Mortgage Monday. A lot of people don't have this knowledge, but, most loan officers don't. Most loan officers are, again, it's trial and error. They're not, just to be honest, most don't like to deal in this particular arena at all. Most people don't, I would say, what would you say percentage-wise of lenders that actually has down payment assistance?
That's a tough.
About 10 or 15%, right?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I would say 85% of loan officers do not like to deal with down payment assistance because there's a stigma of the type of clientele. Is not that much money involved, it's like double the work, as far as paperwork and stuff like that, because you got to do the grant and you got to apply for the grant and reserve the money. And then like certain ones like City of Houston, where it's like all analog, they have no computer system, all paperwork. It's a ton of work for like little yield. So get your team that look, that's looking for your business, that appreciates your business. I do down payment assistance. I have no problem with doing it. I actually got good at it because I know everybody doesn't like to do it. So again, my mentor always say, how you want to, if you want to shine, get good at doing something everybody else don't want to do.
Right.
So I got good at it because most loan officers, especially if they're making a whole bunch of money, they don't want to slow down and deal with down payment assistance. There's this, and then it's a different type of clientele where usually first-time home buyers, they don't have a lot of knowledge, and you got to break it down to them, and most just don't have the patience to do that. So I made my living off of this type of stuff. So it is what it is, So you just got to find the right team to get you home and get you there. Damn, we had 20. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was saying exactly.
Right, so we had 20 minutes. I said I was gonna keep you too long. That time be going fast. Any questions? Any questions came in the comment box at all?
No, I haven't seen any.
Y'all got any questions about down payment assistance, man? There's no excuse. Let me see if I got any questions on Facebook or Instagram. Hold on, let's see. None on Facebook and Instagram. So again, there's no excuses, family. There's down payment assistance available, 620 mid school. If you're not sure about where your score is, go ahead, apply and let me know, and I'll coach you to where you need to get to. So you do need some money. You can't be flat broke again. We covered this last week. You gotta have some money, earnest money and stuff like that to get in. But if you're gonna move, you're gonna have to have money anyway. Income tax time is coming. Instead of signing that lease, before you sign that lease, give us a shot. Go ahead, www.applywithb.com, or hit. Right, that stimulus coming. Well, that stimulus already hit, right?
I think some people still waiting.
Okay, because I don't get stimulus. You know what I'm saying? I ain't get none of that. But income tax is coming. Income tax coming the next 2 or 3 weeks. Save that check. Okay, he said great info. I appreciate it. Again, we're gonna be coming every Monday with this. If y'all want anything about mortgages, you got 2 seasoned veterans, which is rare. That's willing to.
He's a realtor too, baby. It would be
right. No doubt.
He's a good lender.
Appreciate it. So yeah, we're gonna take care of you. That's our motto as well. This, I'm not just gonna take your money. I'm gonna take care of you. You see what I'm saying? So, that's that's how that's how I always earn my business. I'm not trying to be greedy. If I got to take a short deal, I'll take a short deal. I'm just trying to earn your business and try to get all your friends and family and stuff like that. So I'm gonna take care of you.
Right.
I beat out so many loan officers trying to be greedy. And especially if people look like us, they don't think we have financial literacy. And they don't think we have the acumen as far as financial. So and some of us like that. Their ice is colder. So what they do is they charge you up, and we don't say nothing. I never was like that. I'm always gonna give you my best, and I hope I put out the positive out there. I hope that you give it back and reciprocate back what I gave you. I do this with $1 million houses. I do this with $100,000 houses. I do the same. I treat everybody the same. You see what I'm saying? That's just what I'm putting out there. And it's gonna reciprocate back. Peace. I see Nature Boy in the building. Peace to the God. So Nature Boy need to stop Airbnb, man. Holla at me. Let's get you a house, bro. get them some acres, man, land and stuff like that, man. But yeah, man, that's anything else you want to add to this about down payment assistance?
No, I think especially if folks are interested in getting more information, talk with us, reach out to me on the application side. He's actually helped a lot of my clients with coaching them through the process. Their credit wasn't where it needed to be at that moment. So he coached them through, got it to where it needed to be. Then we found him a house and got him some keys.
Right.
So,
Yep, that's the whole motion this year. We trying to have you jingle those keys, and that's the little slogan, jingle, get ready to jingle those keys, because you know, it is what it is. So yeah, he's talking about those are only rooms. I'm just saying, like, you know, if you roll it like that, let's get you some investment property. That way you really can sit back, man. Let your tenants live off the tenants, you know what I mean? So in fact, that's what we're gonna talk about next week. We're gonna talk about wholesaling, and we're gonna talk about investment properties. So next week. So all the stuff I got on the lending side as far as wholesaling, you like to fix and flip, you want to get an investment portfolio going. Now is the best time while rates are stupid low. If you want to buy a plot of land, I was just talking about, I'm about to get some land and just sit on it for a couple of years, and just, you know, it's a great investment. So we're gonna talk about this next week. So again, I don't want to keep you too long. Let's go ahead and rock out. Tell them where they can find you, and go. Let's rock out from there.
Hey, I'm on all social media platforms. CJ Sales Texas TX. And reach me by phone 832-338-3182. And I'm here for you 24/7 too.
Yes, sir. So let's go ahead. www. I'm gonna plug my website. Apply with B. Go to www.billionaireloanofficer.com if you want to book me for sales training, motivational speeches, so on and so forth. Call me 832-775-8357. You can hit me 24/7 at Billionaire Loan Officer on all social media. And the Cash App is the power of ownership. So with that being said, don't forget my slogan. I'm gonna say God is a verb, and personal responsibility is your only savior. With that, I'm gonna say peace.
Peace.